All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me get the volume checked in. Want to say hello. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Dr. Kevin Jarena, and sitting down right next to me, sliding in, Coach Ryan. Welcome, everybody.
How are you, man?
I'm feeling good. Well, let me see. Coach, say hello again. Let me see if the volume's coming through.
Check, check. Is my volume coming through?
Yes, it is. All right. Well, say hello, everybody, on the chat. I have it up. One, make sure it's coming through good for you. The volumes, not the volumes. The sound, the
Multiples.
volume, the other noises that's going on. And well, we got a whole setup going here, but we are talking about tonight really two things, and ultimately energy, frequency, vibration, resonance, these topics, and we're talking about how to know what you need for your body right now. There are all kinds of conversations to have about health, the mind, the body. But when we start breaking it down to different systems, we have our digestive system, our skeletal system, our cardiovascular system, our immune system, our nervous system. All these, well, there's 13 main categories. That's technology, which we've been highlighting, called AO Scan. It gives information back. However, there's something I want to show. I want to start the show tonight, and I want to demo tonight for everybody. It's you. I use it in my clinic in conjunction with the AO Scan. See, the AO Scan is a grand database gatherer. It gathers tons of information, and yes, it does apply um, different optimization tones and things of this nature. Though when I open up the information and get the results immediately, there is this window of information that is right then and there that allows me to then use different techniques that I have in the practice. And something that one here that I want to talk about today is center point meditation. The other one, NET, and there's different varieties of how to use that, whether at home or in the clinic. The AO Scan opens the door for really what it takes many medical professionals to get information on. It takes someone to develop personal skills, like someone who meditates for years, to have that body awareness, to know some of these sensations that are going on, because these things can be felt, and much of this can be learned to be known, and the data can be discovered through the medical community and the blood work and all those type of information. But we want my personal desires is to give power, is to show people where they have power already in their own body, in their own developing a skill set, but also in tools that are very readily handy now. Where before, just a couple of years ago, something like this did cost $40,000. It still does for the big unit. So the point is, our body is always giving us feedback, and we can learn to understand it. But that takes a lot of study, a lot of effort. It takes a dedication, and this is where people like in my shoes, they're studying all the time, they're going to seminars all the time, they're learning techniques all the time, they're learning skill sets about how to uh, tap into those senses in more depth and detail. And although I see this as a capability for every human out there, other people are focused on other areas of expertise. You know what I mean there, Coach Ryan?
Well, other areas in what way? Like you're saying this is able to hit it. You're saying that this is giving an accurate reading.
Well, this is giving a very accurate reading. What I'm getting at is for any person to live well in society, there's people that are facilitating farming, facilitating healthcare, facilitating money management, facilitating clothing and logistics, textiles and services. So when it comes to learning skill sets of how to self-heal, techniques, studies of philosophy, science, quantum physics, biochemistry, just the topic itself of nutrition is a lifetime study.
Sure. Sure.
And people can very much argue we don't have it figured out yet.
Sure. Um, you can form argument anything. What you're basically saying is it would take a lifetime of study, of practice, of dedication to the craft of self healing to get an accurate uh, feeling for, and also ability to execute on, or to make noticeable gain.
Indeed. Indeed.
Whereas this is it's an amazing tool. This is an amazing tool. It puts into the palm of your hands, allows you to have the correct information and know exactly what to do with it, and it simplifies it for you. So,
Well, Coach, what I'm going to do right now with everybody on live, I'm going to run what's called the quick scan, and let me get my mouse hovered over. So I'm going to run I'm going to do something that I do in the office, okay? And it has to do with this initial data right here, the quick scan, okay? I'm going to run this, and we'll see if it spits back a audio for me here. But we're going to record my voice. Hi, I'm Dr. Kevin Jarena, and we're doing the voice scan right now. You're watching it happen live, and we are going to get information back about how to take care of myself right now in the moment. So this song, I'm not going to play this song, but right now you can see we talked about this last night, but we're going to stream it and talk about it again. You see that there's a supplement listed here. That's in my personal library that the system has, I've programmed it. See, there's a feature, Coach, there's a feature of the technology where you place the supplement or vitamin or nutrient on the unit itself, and it has a sensing screen and data to collect the energy, frequency, vibration, and resonance tones of the unit, of the specific vitamin, mineral, whatever it is that you're having in your home. Or in my case, the practice.
now is there a certain supplement company that works with this machine?
No. Now they have
Because the recommendation is like one capsule. How do they know how strong?
Well, I put that in.
Oh, this is you selfed it.
So I had to type this in right here. Scudalair comes from a company called Supreme Nutrition.
So that when those recommendations wouldn't be on everyone's machine.
It's not on everyone's machine. What is on everyone's
Now,
machine?
how would anybody know what top supplements are?
Well, so this is what I actually made a video about how to do this the other day. But right here, this one, these three, these already come pre-programmed in the unit.
What's a pellet though?
Well, that's something you can program. But when you press this button, it imprints the viewer, and it can or imprint the pellet to consume.
I don't understand.
Okay, so what you aren't aware of, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about substances like water. Professor Emoto, Dr. Emoto, froze water after monks meditated love and or meditated hate. And when they froze the water and put those samples on the microscope, they discovered different formations of the ice structures were made. And it was very well documented. It's been repeated endlessly in many different ways and forms and fashions, from the at-home study on top of the kitchen shelf to in the lab. Intention can imprint water. Here's the jump now. We are mostly made of water, H2O. And so our emotional states cause the water to form atomic structures in a certain manner. We can imprint any sugar pellet or water sample with a tone of a emotion, with a tone, a frequency, basically a specific rate of a healing herb or homeopathic remedy. And so so Brian, what I see in your face is this concept is brand new or less well known for the average person out there, and we're still getting comfortable with that topic of we can put an intention, aka a frequency, a vibration into a substance, and that substance can be carried with you, a la a crystal, a stone, something of that nature, a scarf, a stuffed animal, whatever it may be. The feeling, the essence, the intention can be imprinted into this object.
Of course.
And then the object carries that with it. And if that's something, a food, a liquid that's consumed, now your body is aligning and vibrating with that intention.
Okay, so when that says imprint, that means it's created a specific tone for a candida detox?
Well, that is a known, the candida detox is a known frequency pattern. Right. And so what the system did was detect that I would benefit with that additive.
with it having a detox. But then you say imprint next to it, so you're doing a detox and you're imprinting the detox with what vibrations?
I'm imprinting me. I'm imprinting me with the vitamin that I need. The vitamin, the energy is an instruction for the body to operate. When you eat something, it is an instruction for your body to use this biochemistry in a certain form and fashion. So the energy frequency medicine is basically like, this is giving nutrition, giving gas to the tank, giving the instruction of how to operate. This system detected that I would benefit from ingesting, what am I talking about? These supplements, these frequencies.
You know, what I asked a months ago is now I grab a machine. Is mine going to say that I should take Camu?
You don't have Camu in your supplement library. If you did, then I can show you how to program and put it in. There's certain frequencies it
I
comes
don't have
with.
anything in my supplement.
Well, then maybe you want to go to the store.
But I'm saying, like what? Let's say I have a few things, but they're personal items. You know what I'm saying? If I'm scanning somebody, it's not like I have an inventory for them.
Well, I understand that. However, let's back up. So there's two things that are accomplished. Hence, why somebody can go to a professional and get scanned, and why someone can get their own unit, because there's a huge, huge benefit to having the unit at home. Now, in my supplement library, what we're seeing right here, there's two things. There's my part of it is my own supplement library, but you don't know what those names are, and part of it is stuff that is coming from this. All right. So with that, with looking what's happening over here on the results, see, okay, this is what I'm showing everybody. What I'm showing everybody is actually advanced use of the technology. It does not come.
Well, this is an aspect of it that I mean, I've come in contact with this several times.
We've never done this to you.
Yeah, never.
Right.
Never
So one of the biggest things I've come across with people that have purchased the units and they're getting used to it. They know, they understand, they appreciate the inner voice. Everyone experiences the feeling of getting calm from the inner voice test. Where you speak into it, it gives you the songs to listen to, and it comes back. There's not one person that has not come back to me and says, "Oh, I felt more relaxed listening to those tones." It's the flagship product. It's been around the longest. We know it is extremely effective. The vitals, and the comprehensive. That's the only thing we've ever talked about, besides the inner voice.
Well, on body systems right now, correct?
We're not even talking body systems right now. We haven't got there yet.
What were we on where we were going over those supplements?
Quick scan.
Well, we've done quick scan before.
I know, but
got to the result.
We didn't go to the results, and we didn't go over to. So actually, we took a step further than we've ever gone with quick scan, because I ran the scan and it got the 10-second voice imprint. We've done this part. Last night it didn't work because we had the volume settings kind of messed up. And so I'll just run it again, because now I'm going to pull a fresh one up as I'm speaking. And based on the stressors, now my biochemistry from 5 minutes ago is different. It's the nature of thousands and thousands of operations in my blood, in all the biochemistry and all the physiology just occurred. And so now, right now, my body will benefit if I had Japanese knotweed in my system. So it's recommending that I would add that. Now that's something I added. The Nux vomica, actually that came up earlier today. It's all about detox and inflammation, speaking of. Same with Japanese knotweed. Virus, bacteria, funguses, all these, the human body. Here's a wake-up call for everybody, sadly.
Now, what's this imprint, though?
Well, okay.
Because when I asked it the first time, you explained it through Emoto's work and then imprinting actual substances. But then when I went to clarify it, you said you were imprinting yourself. I'm
yes.
not sure.
So Emoto. Okay. So the story
Who's
of
receiving the intention.
It's okay. So the story of Emoto was to explain how the concept
water
of
works.
things can be imprinted.
Yeah, that's
You get that, but make sure the audience was getting it.
yeah,
too.
no, but when
Now-
you translate it over into
Now,
substances,
but see, you got to
look at
remember.
that.
You have to remember, it's the substance, but it's also beaming at me, so I can take it. There's two things that are occurring. See, this is the nature. This is the weirdness of quantum physics. We're using our logic mind
What
around
is-
quantum physics.
What imprint is creating a tone,
It's like-
vibrational tone for that purpose.
It's okay. So imagine
It's a-
that.
it's a
Imagine
unique-
that there was a piano in front of us, and a specific four keys were the tones that made Nux Vomica, right? The second one on the list here. And we have to press those four keys, and then I hear the music. My body vibrates at that Nux Vomica rate, and it feels better because there's something that signaled this system that I needed it, and so it's going to go. Do you want to use it? Do you want to offer it? Do you want to continue to take it? And so basically, when you press the button, if I place sugar pellets on that, it'll make those sugar pellets that frequency of that medicine, of that homeopathic remedy. But it's
So that's what
also
it would-
but it's also affecting me now as I press it.
Well, sure, your water as well, but
Yeah.
it's for necessarily imprinting that specific herb.
That specific herb, it's not an herb, it's a homeopathic remedy.
So you wouldn't imprint this one with that one.
I'm gonna print. My body needs all of them.
Sure.
Right now.
But you would want to imprint phosphorus with that imprint and crystotone with
Right,
that
right, right.
imprint.
I
You
could-
wouldn't want to mix and match.
I could put the glass of water on top of this unit, bup, 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 and print all of it. Drink it. Now, this is not the lab I expected today, but here we are. And you're going, and Ryan, you're not even in the screen. However, Ryan's going,
You keep moving forward.
you know, Ryan's going, like every person, I don't get it.
No, it's not that I don't get it.
Well,
It's not that. What I'm
The
saying
look
is,
on your face is very like, well, trying to add it all together.
well, because it seems somewhat chaotic. Because the appearance is that one is with the other. You're saying.
What do you mean? What do you
doesn't
mean the
matter.
appearances with you? Let's clarify that. Let's clarify that
I'm
point.
looking at the AO scan, your results, and I'm looking at. I'm not really just trying to get it. I've never seen this aspect of it, but I'm trying to get an understanding of like how it's recommending these supplements, why it's recommending these supplements.
Well,
I'm just gonna take for granted the the relevance of all that
We
stuff.
have to stop right there because you asked two questions already: the how it's getting it, why it's getting it. That has to do
But that
with.
doesn't even get to my question.
But that's the first question you asked. So that's called radionics. It's called scalar. It's called energy, frequency, vibration. Every cell, all the time, is singing a song of its unique song. Every chemical process, every thought pattern, every organ function is singing right now. Trillions of voices are singing their unique frequency song right now. And this system, in a few seconds, is going, well, what's the song in total? And what's going to create a more harmonious song that results in the system, it results in one being in a more optimal life, a more optimal expression of life, a more optimal peace, harmony, and balance with their friends, family, environment, work, everything? Well, these 6 ingredients, now this doesn't come as is. Somebody has to learn how to put this in so they can be accessing this component of the technology. That's simply how this instruction videos the company has. I help people all the time. It's very simple. It's like when I do all the vitamin scans. If I was going to just take and have you fill 100 questions on my wellness checker, you kick back all these answers, and now I could go through the book and find the answer and the result. Or there's computers that have algorithms that can automatically do that in a very small percentage of the time. And this system is just extremely more comprehensive, getting that feedback from the system. What's going to overall make it work, you, the human, work better? Well, in this case, for me, because I put this in my nutrition library, it's saying this is the things that are going to help me.
There's certain items, just like the last one, there's certain items that you have added, and there's certain items that are recommended in all devices. Standard?
Yes. So,
How big is the library that's standard?
well, I can tell you that in a second. In fact, I'll show everybody that. So we'll go to what's called, you see there at the top, supplements and therapies. You click on that. The green button is what comes preloaded. Now, I've already moved the preloaded library into my active library.
Now, what about these pellets?
Well, these are something.
Did you put the
No, no,
number
no.
of pellets in there?
No, that comes preloaded.
No. What is a pellet?
Well, that okay. If you haven't seen a homeopathic remedy, they come in tinctures and pellets. A pellet is like a half a size of Tic Tac. It's sugar, or it's the frequency bait. It's either imprinted or it comes as it's a very one drop per 100 parts per water, one drop of the item, and then that is diluted even further, and depending on the potency of the remedy you want, you create more dilution. So what you're talking about is the study of homeopathy.
These pellets.
These pellets, the study of homeopathy. It's an entire science, healthcare system in itself, and this is accomplished in seconds. This takes 6 months for people to find solutions, and they're great solutions. But these are known remedies in the homeopathic world. Homeopathic remedies come in tinctures, and please correct me if I'm wrong out there, and you can add to it in the conversation. However, some of these libraries are preloaded. You have to move it to your active individual because the library is available for all people, but not everyone is going to have or want some of this. But it's just customizable. The point being then is you also have your own home library, or you don't. And if you don't, whatever, eat real food. However, we can find what your body needs right now. Food, if you're scanning herbs, minerals, things of this nature, or the homeopathic frequencies to imprint the water, the sugar pills, or yourself, or an object. Hope I'm clear. How's that coming through, everybody? Cameras, trying to get that going. Ryan's deep thinking right here. It's the first time he's hearing. And I literally made a video about the library, about how to get the library, how to add your own library. I did it and I dropped it yesterday and the day before, 2 times in a row. Just made that. I think I sent it over. But nonetheless, there's a lot.
Now, how many items are in this library? Do you know?
Over 50, over 100, maybe 70. And it's not even this small. It's a very small component of that because down in the Cephi, there's are thousands. If you're familiar with anything homeopathic, then you have frequencies, literally hundreds of specific frequencies for specific health concerns that we know how to bring balance to. Repeated use of this in conjunction with other things that we can find using the system brings, at least I'm gonna keep moving this camera. This camera's all right. Ladies and gentlemen, the human body is energy. Regardless of what any pharmacist or biochemist or medical doctor says, the chemistry is only a small component of what it is to be well. A critical component, but it responds to what is going on in other domains. Your nervous system, your subconscious, your conscious, your environment, all play a role of the function of your biochemistry. And biochemistry can change based on mood and attitude and beliefs. It's been measured, it's been shown, it's been demonstrated. the first, I'm going to make a little jumper here, but the first law in nature is all is mind and mind is all. It's hard to see the reflection. Excuse me about that. There's that. The first law in nature is all is mind and mind is all. Every process you go through in your life has your brain involved in it. And your brain has a cord that goes down. The spinal cord. That's the main highway of communication and response. And in the brain, there's all kinds of signaling systems that affect the hormone system, which is the biochemistry communication network. It also affects things in what's called your biofield. And it's instantaneous. All these dimensions of who you are change with a thought. And an internal change, the chemistry of how the body part, say it goes to the heart. It's something that you see in your environment, feel in your environment, experience in your environment, remember from your environment, heard a story about in your environment that affects the emotional status of the heart. Non-caring, thinking, non-thinking, lost, vulnerable, overexcitement, these kind of vibrations that get overwhelmed from heart-based experiences, breakups, lost expectations, failures, whatever it may be. The mind brings up it all, and it affects the heart, the adrenal glands, and all the factors all at once in a moment. And we can stimulate change through something inside or something outside. And if we stimulate something from the outside that feels good, it's resonating for something that the mind remembers from somewhere or expects from somewhere. And vice versa. We can learn how to do the mental kung fu, I like to call it. Do the mental gymnastics, the mental kung fu, and it changes the environment. This is advanced stuff you learn as you grow in life, as you mature in life, as you read, as you have wins and losses. It's easy to be affected from the outside. Turn on the TV, do some exercise, go scream a lot, go into the woods, go get drunk. People do all kinds of different things, good, bad, or indifferent. But the game is inside. The game's inside. And this tool, AOScan, is really the game. It's a tool to help read what's going on inside at a very comprehensive level, to influence it, to coach it towards optimal. But it's not replacing food or health, proper herb, proper medicine. As far as that, I'm a natural medicine proponent. Phytochemistry, how herbs, minerals, vitamins affect the whole system. Though it's a one corner of a needed discussion of how do you have good foundation of health and life and vibrancy. Well, everybody, we've been going for 30 minutes, and we've been talking deep dive about.
That was deep dive.
About vibrational therapies. I may have said, in straight conversation with my friend, I may have said something slightly inaccurate. If so, please find some grace to correct me, and we can have a good discussion and get better knowledge, better understanding about how sound, light, vibration, heat, and warmth, all the classic yet the most advanced healthcare modes that we have. And we're delivering it in different ways, in some ways better, but in some ways we have to go back to the traditional methodologies. Simply learning about what meditation is and learning how to do it and getting past the dogma of meditation is a great focus.
Yeah, any way that you could allow for more efficient meditation or amplify the effects of or shorten the distance.
Well,
I think people ultimately would benefit from, because a lot of times it is that dedication that prevents them to. If they maybe step into it and would feel it and would get into the habit, it would, perhaps get a few more heads on board.
Well, the whole idea is, people don't take, typically, not everybody, a lot of times somebody will not take action, and I myself is included, until it gets bad enough.
Most people need to be pushed into a corner.
But then there's a moment, things start to shift in the sense of one begins to value the attainment. The athlete who's got that rhythm, that athlete down of their training. The business entrepreneur that loves to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning because they're hungry for the day.
It's just part of your flow.
Yeah, but they had to build that. They had to cultivate that attitude, that behavior, that lifestyle for that to be automatic. And that's the rub. Everybody wants comfort and ease and resources, but as soon as we get that, it turns to laziness. Or we coast and then it gets lazy,
Can't let up.
And so there's this fine line of pressure and relief, and pressure and relief, pressure and relief. That's this fine game of the human body. Action, rest, recovery. Because stress, like working out and studying, is a stress, but it develops and grows you. It's the stressors that don't go away, that nag, that ultimately break you down. And then there's a building up of those type of things over time, and we don't address them because we don't know that they exist. We don't know that's a reality to work on. We don't know how to get information to address it appropriately.
That's the hugest thing about this device, in my opinion, is most people are literally stabbing around in the dark until they have reached a point where there's no return. They're backed into a corner, and it's like, oh my God, I have to go seek professional help to fix my situation for my mental, emotional, physical, or any kind of health.
Well, let me ask you this.
And then even if people are just managing it, they're managing it again in the dark. Very few people, even when they're dealing with stuff, have a good idea, a blueprint, a game plan. And this device provides that blueprint, that game plan, that idea, that that indication of, hey, this is what's up, this is what's going on.
Yeah.
I think that's a valuable tool.
Definitely is. Well, I hope you got some good information tonight. You saw me and Ryan really kind of go through some questions and try to figure out how this works and how to explain it and feather through that. So thank you.
Yeah,
appreciate that.
Yeah, no worries. I'm trying to get a good idea of what I'm looking at.
Well, this is the thing,
like the Cepheid thing. Again, that's another part of it that you just kind of flashed through it right there, but I never really looked into that at all.
So the basic thing is this: every known state of health has a known frequency, a known thumbprint, a unique signature, and we can, like noise canceling headphones, certain noises can be eliminated, and certain noises can be heightened. So when there's signals that are towards positive, we can encourage that, and signals that are causing chaos, we can muffle them. Give the body room to re-optimize, heal, do what it naturally does, optimize. And so we're just helping take layers of stress off. We're helping provide clarity, and it's all through a natural feedback system. So if you find it interesting, there's a couple of different options. Click one of those options. Either get access to your own unit, take action right now. Hop on a call, find out more. Ask more pointed questions you don't want to ask right now. Or 3, take opportunity of the 72-hour trial. You get a session with me for a breakdown, some healing advice, some action advice, but you also get the trial for 3 days.
Awesome.
Scan all your loved ones. All right, everybody, click that button. Take action now. You deserve it. You're worth it. Blessings and best regards.